Welcome and thank you for joining Pilates Down Under Fitness and Movement with me, Cyndi. I'm here at Loch Sport in regional Victoria, Australia, and it's here that has inspired me to share with you a ground standing Pilates workout focused on thighs, but you will feel this in your glutes. It's only going to run for 20 minutes and it's low impact. So we're going to work on hip mobility, lower body strength, balance and core. Now I know balance is tough, and to improve you need to start somewhere. So that's why I'm starting off with a tree. If you have a wall, a table, a chair, please grab that. You may need it throughout this class. So we're going to start off with a bit of a spinal rotation. As we reach the sky, draw the belly button in, keeping that natural arch in the spine. We're going to pedal it out, really ground ourselves. I'm grounding myself in sand and grass and bees and mosquitoes, but this is not going to stop this class from moving on. So open up the heart, glide the hands over yourself as you extend the arms out to the side. I want you to pretend that your collarbone is a complete extension from the middle of your chest all the way to your fingertips. Open up the heart. Really create that arch in the back. Do this a few times. Take it all in. Breathe. Give gratitude. Feel the earth underneath your feet. Interlace your fingers. Go nice and tall. Hinge it forward. I love this one. I feel the nice stretch in the back of the legs, lengthening the spine, keeping that neutral spine. Almost like someone's pulling me from my head, someone's pulling me from my hips. Then collapse the spine, bring it up, take that nice deep breath in. Do this a few times. So the core number today is generally 10. So we did 10 of everything. They're going to be a little bit quicker than our normal sessions, only because I'm fighting flies and mosquitoes. You work at your own pace, and let's get started with a knee raise. Still warming up. Bring the knee up to a comfortable height, does not have to be too high at all. Really draw that belly button towards the spine to keep that nice lengthening of the upper body. You can add an arm raise in front if you like, warming up the shoulders as we pull back, engaging and using the scapula or shoulder blades. Point if you can, just after this movement. Use your supporting leg as we bend and we raise. So we're adding a squat and a knee lift to this. Keep the arms reaching forward. Pretend you're sitting back on a chair. Now you're going to start feeling this in the quads for sure. The stabilizing leg is really, well, it should be sizzling and heating up quite quickly. When you do your 10, remember you do this at your own pace. Don't forget to breathe. Hold that knee up when you're done your 10, hands on your hips, and I want you to just flick it forward, almost like you're flicking a shoe off. The knee doesn't have to come up this high, hands down the hips, you're holding onto your wall, you've got this. The supporting leg should be slightly bent, which is challenging because you end up shaking a little bit more. Now let's lower that down, let's take it over to the other side. Halfway, we're going to do a double knee squat as we reach forward, lengthening the spine. Feel the earth underneath you. Really push away as you come up. Feel the glutes fire up. As you get a little bit more depth, lift the knee, and here we go with the single knee lifts on the other side. One side will always be a little bit more flexible than the other, and you can work on this. Add the arms if you like, or keep your hands on your hips. Now as we go through this session, as a progression, try not to lean on your item too hard. Now add the squat and the knee lift, and you'll find that my arms are working in the opposite direction as I reach now and then I pull back. Let's get the lengthening going here. Shoulders are very important. Pretend you're sitting back on a chair, bring that knee up as well, point the toes if you can. With each squat, come down a little bit more. When you've done your 10, hold that knee up and flick that shoe off your foot. Now I'm a little bit flexible in the hips, I've got a lot of movement in that area, but you may find that you flick closer to the ground, and that is fine. It's more than fine. Because repetition is the mother of skill, and consistency is key. In between these exercises, we have a little bit of a break where we shake and shimmer it out. Roll those shoulders back. Flick those mosquitoes away. Now let's stand in a plie position. And we're going to go down into a wide squat. It's not a sumo squat, so we don't need you to come down all the way. But if you feel comfortable, release your hand and bring both hands out to the side. Remember, extend those arms out like it's an extension of your collarbone, all the way to the fingertips. Someone's pulling your fingertips as you come down. Hold it down here for a bit. You might want a bit of support as we lift each heel up off the floor. You'll find that the weight will shift left to right. We're powering through this. 20 minutes. I want you to feel the burn, feel the sizzle. And then slowly pull up, roll those shoulders back. And let's go over to the other side. Take a deep breath in if you need to. Get reset. Place your hand on your table or your wall, legs out nice and wide, and then bring it down. If you're ready, release your supportive item and bring both hands out to the side like a big letter T. Can we come down a little bit further, do you think? Can we push harder against the ground? Can we squeeze those glutes a little bit more and fire up the quads? Definitely getting eaten here. Hold it down here and raise one heel at a time as you shift your body weight left and right ever so slightly. This is starting to burn. Can you come down a little bit further? Can your heels lift a little bit more? You've got this. And when you finish, stand up. Lower yourself down. Release any tension in the lower back. Lengthen the back of the legs. And maybe do a slight swing left to right. An elephant swing. Nice. Great, let's move on. There's some nice breaks in between these exercises, so great for beginners. Okay. Tuck it in, knee slightly bent as we raise the knee and push it back into this beautiful balance. Into a beautiful T shape. Bring the knee up higher if you can, extend that leg more. So here we go with our balance movement. It's already hard to balance on one leg and now I'm asking you to move. Hips are warm, quads are warm, core is engaged. You bring that leg out as far as you can and bring it back into that knee raise. Lots of folding in this class today. Hold it. When you finish your 10, extend the arm out. Hold it for there for a little bit. And when you're ready, I want you to give me some leg curls. Didn't see that coming. So fold here. Get that knee up nice and high. And if this is a little bit too much for you, just hold that beautiful T position. That alone is challenging. But if you can bend, let's work the hamstrings. You need to hold this position for a little bit longer as we tuck and extend. Now you'll see that the spine does not curl up into a cat or a letter C. It's nice and long. Chest is parallel to the ground or to your mat or to your floor. As we reach forward and extend. Let's push it away. Let's bring it in, and when you're done, stand up nice and tall. Shimmy it out. Scratch the mosquitoes that have just bitten me. And let's take it over to the other side. When you're ready, you'll bring that knee up. Draw the belly in. And bring it back into an extension. We're really after that nice lengthening from toe to crown of the head. Try not to rotate that hip out. I know that's difficult because you're standing on one leg. Ground the stabilizing foot into the ground. The whole barefoot, no mat workout here is, I find it really energizing, and especially being able to do it outdoors. Now, when you finish your 5, extend, get that nice big letter T because you need to get ready for some leg curls. Hold it up nice and high and curl that heel towards the glute. Like I said earlier, if you just want to hold that big letter T, hold it. That's an isometric exercise which is still working the muscles in the body and is challenging. You do your 10 leg curls, and I want you to get ready for the tuck and extension. Bring it in and pull it out. We generally do this in a 4-point kneeling position when you do my classes. This is just adding a twist to the exercise, so you are familiar with this move. All you're doing is 10, lengthening and folding. And when you finish your 10, hold it and then slowly stand up, both feet on the ground. Whew. Let's go hands on hips as we slightly do a spinal rotation left to right to loosen any tension, especially in the lower back. Let's go into some high lunge work. Now, bring one leg back high on the heel. As we bend the front leg, we're working on the front here. So we're going to straighten the leg and bend it forward. We're really loading up that front supporting leg as we bend and extend. Flex and extend. The knee doesn't go over the toes. The back leg, well, that heel is nice and high as you're up on your tippy toes. Hands on the hips for a bit of balance. Hold on to something so you don't fall forward. And when you finish that 10, I want you to drop the back knee into the ground. Work the back of the leg. We did those leg curls, so we should be okay here. Load up that front leg. It's going to start to sizzle like a hot soup. It's going to start to burn. Push through it. You don't have many more to go. And we do these quite quickly. Take a big step forward when you're done. Roll those shoulders back. Shake it out. I have to make sure I don't step on any bees. Extend the back leg and let's do it again. Okay, so we're going to bend that front leg into a beautiful high lunge and extend. That's it. Now, when you do this exercise without holding on to something, it's really powerful because you really need to focus on centering your body, balancing, and lengthening. So remember, draw that belly in. Let's engage that core. Almost like you're wearing a natural corset and someone's pulling strings behind you to draw it all in. Hold it down here. Now let's drop the back knee. Awesome. These flowers are pretty. So are the bees, I guess. You only do 10 of these, and 10 goes by pretty quickly. Center yourself. When you're ready and you finished your 10, that back leg will step forward and you'll slowly roll up. Excellent. We should be feeling this in the legs for sure. Now everything's in alignment. Let's stack it all. Ankles, knees, hips. And we're going to lean it over to the side into a lateral stretch or lateral flexion. Opening up the ribs, creating space for the diaphragm. This stretch is definitely key because we definitely do not do this movement enough in our everyday. Let's get ready for some deep balance work. Hand on thighs as we open up the knee and then go into our balance. So we're doing a rotation here out to the side, and as we bring that knee out to the side, we're trying not to rotate out. As we bring that leg back, we chest dive or swan dive forward. Your leg does not have to come up too high, but you will feel a deeper stretch, especially in the hip as that leg extends and your chest lowers. You have a bit of support here, so you can challenge yourself a little bit more. Point a little bit more, open up that leg a little bit more. Really extend. This is a beautiful exercise, this combo. And the momentum also helps. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. Reset yourself, ground yourself, grow nice and tall. You bring that knee out, take it out to the side. Bring it in nice and slowly and then pull it back. Beautiful. We're really after a fluid movement here. That lengthening should feel really nice. Now you just saw me right now where I opened up my knee and I looked at my knee as I rotated it out. When you do that, your hip is not opening, your hips are going along with it. So if possible, try to keep your hips straight and square as you open up independently that hip, like opening up a door. Now I think you don't have too many more here. So make your last few the best few. Make the last extension the longest extension. Ah, got bitten. Now, take the legs out nice and wide. Let's go into a side lunge for a bit of a stretch. So take it left and right. Go nice and deep if you can. Keep the legs out nice and wide and let's go into some deep squats up on our tippies. So you're holding onto a wall, there's no excuse here. So peel those heels off the ground. Dig your toes into your mat, the ground, the grass, the sand, and come down nice and deep. You can lower your heels down and you don't have to come down too far. Let's grow nice and tall as we come up. Have a look, make sure your knees don't go over your toes. Do your 10, then I'm going to ask you to hold it down there. Okay, so prepare yourself. Take the arms out nice and wide, and if you can, peel them up. Hands behind the head if you like, as you do 10 really quick, small pulses. This is going to burn. And then stand. Thank goodness we only do that once. And we're done. Stretching out the legs, really lengthen it out. We did some hamstring work, we did some leg work, we definitely did some glute work. You worked on your balance, inner core strength, all low impact. But I just want you to go back to this video because repetition will help and consistency is the answer to everything. Add another spinal rotation here. You know what limits your body can take you, so listen to it. But also push yourself at the same time, challenge yourself. do a few more stretches. Great idea to go for a walk after this if you like. Deep breath in for here, palm to heart. Hinge it forward. I love this exercise, this stretch where I lengthen, where I feel really tall. And then use my inner strength to hinge up. So bring your palm to your heart, hinge it forward. I'm after that number 7, that nice right angle. When you're ready, you'll extend it, then hinge up. Generally like to finish with about 3 of these. It's an all-rounder for me, especially with those hip exercises we did. The last opportunity to ground myself as I hinge up. Oh, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate these conditions are tough. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please leave a message and stay and watch my outtakes. I'm going to start again.
Oh, really? Yuck. Give that one.
It went up my nose.
Oh, your arms have got bite marks all over them. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at those mossies.
Jesus.
All this for a video.
YouTube better love it.